Hey, what's going on, guys? Sean Mathis here, and I want to talk to you about the golden rules of social media marketing. Before you get started with social media and before you start pouring content out or running ad campaigns, there's some things and some ground rules that we want to instill in you, some golden rules, if you will. Um, this applies to your personal page, your business page, to LinkedIn, social media in general. Listen, don't take yourself too seriously. It should be obvious, but social media marketing is about being social, right? It's you know means that you have a good personality and you're building a likable brand. When you look at your Facebook personal page, it's about building your personal brand. It gives your prospects and referral partners an opportunity to get to know who you are. So you want to let your personality shine through that. Think of social media the same that you would think of a networking event. It's like 21st century networking, right? Inbound is not enough. Right? Each of the tactics described here in the guide that and in this program that we're going to give you work on their own, but for somebody who's really looking to get real results, um, you need to encompass everything. You need to encompass organic strategies. You need to encompass your personal page, your business page, inbound marketing, outbound marketing. Never underestimate what a bit of paid promotion can do for your business, but also you don't want to underestimate the organic strategies and how much business you can actually get from your personal page. It's about building top of mind awareness, right? So you got to have good content and you got to have solid offers. Without well-produced, engaging content, anything that you do will likely fail. This is why a lot of the stuff that agents put out, insurance agents, real estate agents, people in the service industry put out is because a lot of the reason it fails is because they put boring, useless content down, right? Like putting out a pumpkin pie recipe as a post. You can't really expect a whole lot of people to engage on that, right? You're not really inviting much conversation with a post like that. So you want to be mindful of the type of content that you're putting out, who you're trying to appeal to, and you want to make sure that you're posting and talking with your connections, with your friends, with your followers, not at them. So, if you're going to try to generate leads, you got to have a strong call to action. The tried and true strong call to action is just as important in social media marketing as it is anywhere else. Be clear about what you want your audience to do, whether you want them to call you, whether you want them to message you, whether you want them to like your post, if you want them to share your post, if you want them to click a link, if you want them to give them your email, if you want them to tag a friend. You have to have a very strong and clear call to action. What do you want them to do? Do you want them to watch the video that you just posted? Sometimes people think it goes without saying what you want to have happen, but you really do have to be very precise in what you're asking of your prospects in terms of what call to actions you're going to put out. Always add value. At the end of the day, if you're not providing some sort of value with your prospects and customers, you're not doing your job, and social media is never going to work for you. So you want to put out content that's useful. You want to put out information that's valuable to your prospects. Some of the best practices is to have exclusive content on each of your outlets. So, have your Snapchat have content that you don't see on your LinkedIn page, that you don't see on your Facebook page, or that you don't have on your personal page. Like there should be different content that you put out on your business page versus on your personal page. You don't want to have one content that you stream across all outlets because it's ultimately going to be boring and you're penalizing people for following you on multiple platforms. So provide value to each of your audiences. Understand that LinkedIn is a business platform. Provide valuable business-related content on that page. On your personal page, provide personal insights and value that goes to speak about what you find interesting or valuable or motivating personally. On your Twitter feed, you want to appeal to the short, concise audience. You can only use 140 characters, so make sure that you're providing good links for people to follow on Twitter. Really find out who your following is and appeal to that. Never forget that social media is a two-way street. No one likes being talked at. you want to talk with them. Open lines of communication. Post open-ended questions. Invite people into a conversation. Create a safe environment on your platform for dialogue. Don't penalize people for sharing their opinions. Invite them to share their opinions with you. Ask open-ended questions. One of the examples I posted on my Facebook page, and I'll show you guys a couple examples here. That really gets a lot of engagement. Like, if you could own any franchise, what would it be? Right? Like, ask people for their opinion. Ask them what's important to them. Ask them what's interesting to them. Get them to have dialogue with you on your page. This is going to go to help build your edge rank and keep your profile as a place that people come to often. We're going to get more into edge rank and other trainings, but it's really important to talk with your audience here. So let's show you here an example of some of my most recent posts. So this is my personal page here, and I'll just kind of show you guys an example of my post. So I said, where are my hustlers at? Who's getting work done and closing deals today? Right? You can see the level of engagement, tons and tons of content. And when somebody comments or they start dialogue with you, don't ignore them. Like, say something back. That would be the equivalent of somebody coming up to you at a networking event and asking you how your day was, and you just look across the room as if they're not there. So, acknowledge the fact that they're engaging with you, because if you don't, they're going to stop engaging. And so, I try to always make it, obviously when you got a ton, you can't sit there all day long and reply to everybody, but you can at least like them. You can at least like the post. One of the things that I like here is the new update of how many people have seen your post. So I like to have a target for me, to have at least 1,000 people see each one of my posts, and try to post in a way that's gonna get people people's attention. If you could own any franchise, what would it be? You see 89, almost well, over 100 engagements total. 2,000 people have seen it. So, again, just different strategies, using video, using photos, pepper in some business related in there as well. So those are just a couple of examples of how you can have dialogue and create an open format to communicate with you on your pages. And so this is the same with with your business page as well. Run contests, invite people to engage. Again, we'll get into some more strategies, but for this video, what I want you to do is just kind of look at your post and kind of assess. Are you following the golden rules? Are you talking at your audience? Are you talking with them? Are you providing value? And jot down some notes of what you notice and where you can make some improvement.